Hey, I'm back. So I decided to record this in English. I don't know if it will be really useful because all you have to do is just watch me doing this. But in the end, I also do mention things that you will not be able to just catch up by watching the thing, even if you don't understand the French version. So I decided to do it because it's small. Those are small kind of little tips I'm giving, but it comes pretty handy if you want to be able to twist a wire the most effective way possible. And as a matter of fact, to twist the wire, it's preferably you would want to use something that is already extremely straight. So I will also show you in this video how I straighten a wire, any types of wire. For this tutorial, I've used a sterling silver round wire, 1 millimeter thick, and this method to straighten it would work for any types of wire, from ranging from 0.5 millimeters up to what 4 millimeters. So the way we're gonna do this is by just putting the wire in the vise. I always use, as you can see, those little leather things not to mar the metal at the tip. And here I'm showing you the simplest method. If you don't have an auto lock, I don't know how you say this, plier, the plain simple wire plier would work, but the problem is that you need to hold it tight while you're moving and twisting the wire, which makes it super annoying. That's why it's better to go for something like that. I bought it on Amazon. You could find it. I will put the link, but I'm pretty sure you could find this in your hardware store or something. It's really inexpensive. It was around 10 bucks, and the great thing about this little thing is that it will allow us to do the work without sweating too much, and it will be the easiest way to go with this without using any kind of mechanical tools like your flex shaft or whatever, or a drill bit, a drill machine, because if you go above 1.5 millimeters thick with a wire that's more than that, you won't be able to do it with this method. So here to straighten it, you can use, if it's really a tiny wire like mine, you can use the nylon jaw pliers, but for bigger, thicker metal wires, this won't work. So that's why I'm showing you the other method that's a bit more reliable if you want to be working on more sturdy and bigger pieces. So what we're going to do is just clip the end of the wire into the plier, the locking plier. And then we're just gonna drag it towards us. And as you can see, there's my feet here, because I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But you could actually really kind of, if it was really thick, really hard wire, you could put your feet to try and push as far as you possibly can from the vise. So you straighten, you put some strength in it, but don't go too hard. But as a matter of fact, you cannot really go too hard. Here, as I saw, I did mark the metal, so if you want to avoid that on the other tip, just do like you did with the vise, just put some cotton cloth or leather thing inside to be able not to mar it. But in essence, that's the way I straighten metal. Sorry, it's late. Why do I do this at nighttime? So if you want to straighten wire, that's how I would do it with this little plier. Now what I'm going to do is twist it. So this was the straightening part. Now we're going to twist it. So to twist it, the simplest way I found is to use, I'm using steel stamps right there. You can use whatever you want. It just has to be in steel, preferably. And it doesn't really matter. Just take a round thing that I will put in the vise right there. So I've locked it. And now I'm just going to try to find the middle of my wire. I took roughly about 40 centimeters of length of wire, and you're going to try and find the middle if possible. Then you're just going to move it, push it around, and then we're going to just use once again our pliers to lock the ending bits. So I wanted to show you how I did that. So here we go. I'm going to be using also this time I cut off a little bit of leather to protect the ends, not to mar the metal as I'll be twisting it. Up. And if you wish to add more wire, you can do so. Just wrap it around the steel stamp that we're using, and just do the same procedure with the amount of wires or whatever you want to be twisting. Because you can try stuff out. We can make very nice things with square wire associated with round wire. You can do really cool stuff. So here we go. Very simple method. You can drag it towards you a bit down, like not really how do you say, a parallel, but rather just a tad bit down, like I'm doing, so it will stay, and at the same time twist with that going up and down on the part where you're going to create a loop because of the steel stamp that we use. So yeah, all you have to do is really twist and turn, you know, till you get the desired design that you want, the desired kind of you know, twisted wire, and of course the more you twist, the more it will be tensed. And at this point you might want also to I'm not going to show you on camera, but if you really want something that is extremely well made, you have to switch, and you will have to put in the vise, the part that I'm twisting with my pliers right now, and use the other part to twist it equally on both sides, if you see what I mean. So in this case, you won't need the mandrel for the other way. You would just have to put the endings straight into the vise to be able to straighten it on both sides equally with equal strength to have something very neat. If it was a really thick metal wire, like I would say up from 1.5 millimeters up, I would have annealed the metal before doing any of this, because it will soften the metal, so it will be easier to work with it. And I would also anneal it after having done this work, because when you twist the wire like that, it hardens it. So if you want to use it, let's say for a decoration, you know, around a bezel that you're making, it will be super hard. So you have to anneal this, even the tiny ones like that, because it will be way easier to work with this if it's annealed. You also want to be careful, because when you're using higher, thicker wire, what will happen is that above, once again, I would say 1.5 millimeter thick wire, when you twist it like that, I did, for instance, on the YouTube page, you can see my banner, there's a twisted bracelet, I did it like that, and you have to solder, because when the thicker the metal is, the harder it will be to shape it if you don't solder prior to doing any work on it. So here is the finished piece. So I'm going to try to make a zoom so you can see what it looks like. This is just to give you an idea, then you can do whatever you want. But I was pretty happy with the results. It looks pretty nice. So here we go. It looks like I did some beaded work, but no, it's just nicely twisted. And it's really it drastically shortened, obviously. So I used 40 centimeters at the beginning, and I measured it at the end. It was around like 20, so we lose half of the size. So better keep that in mind if you're wanting to twist, if you want to twist a like specific amount. But yeah, you can do many things. It's pretty cool, and it's the easiest way I came around. Yeah, I have scars on my hands everywhere, but it's not due to jewelry making, but me cooking or me trying to DIY. Well, anyway, so here we go. This is my little kind of way to twist wire. I didn't invent anything, but it's the method I would recommend, because it's the easiest and it has the best results. So I'll see you around for another video, and I think I'm through with this. So I'll see you around. Bye bye.